What's special about Black-owned businesses? GIF. Remember to sort by controversial, everyone. Nothing. To be honest, I support businesses that provide good services and products, no matter what the owner's skin color is. That being said, for my hair care needs, I tend to go for Black-owned because our hair is different, but not always. Advertising a business as Black-owned is sort of like saying a food was low-fat in the 80s. It's the in thing to do right now. Mexican shops will always have taco. Tacos are good, and don't need advertisements. Well, in the United States, Black people have historically been disenfranchised both legally and financially. Black people were literally disallowed from owning property for the first half of the country's history, and then in poster construction became the victims of targeted racial terrorism, which often took place against Black-owned neighborhoods, businesses, etc. Great example being the Tulsa Massacre. The complex legal situation that Black people have been in since the inception of our country has not made it a very hospitable environment for your average Black citizen to build generational wealth, and unstable conditions are inherently bad for businesses to grow, especially ones that might be targeted due to the race of the people that own and work there, or the neighborhood it is located in. The push for support for Black-owned companies is out of a desire to create a supportive web for companies built by or based in Black communities which have historically been marginalized. It puts a spotlight on small businesses that might not have been allowed to exist peacefully for long. Black people are statistically much less likely to be approved for a loan to start a business than their white counterparts. And typically any business that caters to a Black audience is not run or owned by Black people. So the fact that a Black person was able to overcome all of those obstacles and have a potentially successful business is something I believe should be recognized and does not detract or diminish anything that a white business owner has accomplished. Get ready everyone, grab your snacks. Because the USA is obsessed with race. Black people used to not own businesses. Like, legally not allowed. Also, Black people used to be banned from shopping at white stores. So they made their own stores. Black business. They developed whole internal economies due to segregation and discrimination. That's what's special about it. Here y'all go lol. Valid question, but clearly most of us need more knowledge about this. Seriously? These comments. Minority-owned businesses often state they are because they have a much harder time and it gives their communities an opportunity to support them. It's not just Black businesses. The soft bigotry of low expectations. Whenever I enter a business, I don't care or even know what race the owner is. Though if I enter a Chinese restaurant, I tend to assume the owner is Asian. When I enter an Ethiopian restaurant, I tend to assume the owner is African. I don't care what color a business owner is. Good products, services shine through. But only when you actually hear about them. Maybe we are hearing more about them to promote awareness? Maybe it's because they are scarce in number? I recently met the owner of a newly opened Japanese restaurant, purely by accident. I'd been once before and the food was good. I thought he was just another customer sitting in there waiting for his food. I didn't know he was the owner. We talked for a few. I found out he was a local and had a good talk. He even talked up his competition. He seemed like a genuinely good person. I'll continue to tell other locals about his business for 2 reasons. 1. The food is quality and tastes great too. He took the time to speak to a customer and made me feel like I was wanted there. That counts for a lot. Just a strategy to get people to buy if they're black owners. Never heard of a white-owned business because that's just a business. I have no idea. All I know is that if a white person did that they would be called out for racism so fast. I just avoid businesses that say this honestly. Anything that says, black-owned business, or, woman-owned business. Like I don't care. I don't care who owns the business. Is the business good? Is it worth my money? You could be a terrible person for all I know, or maybe a saint. Okay. But do you know how to run a business? The color of your skin or your gender does not entice me to shop here. Especially if items promoted above your business and its practices. Saying, shop at a woman-owned business, isn't the same as telling someone orthodox that their establishment is halal or kosher. I mainly shop at local Asian markets and super Asian businesses. Mainly because I can talk to the vendors in my language. I can buy things I'm familiar with. If I go to a little gas station and on the window it says, locally owned Asian business. What does that mean to me? I'm just here for gas and a foam cup I can fit a baby in for 0.92 cent. I used to work at a place that had, woman-owned business on the door. It was mainly her husband's. His income was that business. The wife was a nurse who would support her husband by knowing what to do with the business. How it should be ran. That doesn't make it woman-owned. I have had horrid experiences with animal shelters because the people there had no idea what they were doing. An animal shelter isn't just playing with dogs for rehabilitation. If you're a black-owned business, great. The color of the owner does not determine my business, the service of goods they provide do. They're owned by black people. Saving this thread for later.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.